Welcome to episode 5 of Heard from a Friend podcast. I'm debating whether leaving that in or not, just because I feel like that's
We're very age
kind of funny.
appropriate, so it's fine.
Are we though?
Welcome to the Ass to Mouth edition.
Oh, dope.
All right, let's do it.
Now you gotta leave it in.
No, I have to. All right, cool. Anyway, we're here. We're doing the thing. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna be talking about today, just because we have more or less nothing prepared. But what's
we
new?
have something, and then we have nothing at the same time. We actually have something planned out for today, barely. But
That's
we
our
also individually have nothing really to
That's our shtick. We're never prepared, really.
Yo,
half
make it till you make it.
half in, half out.
Yeah, fake it till we make it, exactly. Like
Half chub, always and forever. Amen.
half chub, dude.
That's disrespectful.
No, why?
Why?
Yo, if you present somebody a half chub, dude, that's like you're just mildly interested.
What if they
into that
like the
shit.
feeling of it getting
I'm-
harder?
I was just about to say that's an invitation for me. I don't know what the fuck you speaking of from my shit.
You rock hard like in 1 second, bro.
like Rock Lee, dude,
Oh, shit.
when he drops the
When he
weight,
drops the weights, and then never mind. All right.
and his cock bulges out. All right,
You know what?
that's
In that skin tight suit, I'm not surprised.
dude.
God, no wonder I like Rock Lee so much, and I like wrestling. It
No,
all
you
makes
don't.
sense.
You like Edgar's.
Did you?
That's why you like Rock Lee.
I did.
Did
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Your team have a wrestling team? School have a
Huh?
wrestling team?
No.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
just into. I just like dudes in fucking leotards or whatever.
I had what's it called? There was one in mine, and what's it called? I remember going to one because one of my friends was actually a couple of my friends were in it, and all I saw was just bulge, bro. I was like,
You know what I
Not-
saw when I
uh-huh.
went to wrestling meets, dude? Cauliflowers.
that team, a lot of cauliflower ears. That shit
Yeah,
was
I'm not a
gross.
big fan. Yeah, cauliflower. You're not my thing. But
I'm like, is it anybody's
Bulges.
thing? That's kind of gross.
bulges,
Not to
though.
yuck yums, but that's still gross.
Oh, I would love to find out what the name for a cauliflower ear kink is. Is there a name for that? Does it have an ear? Or does it have an ear?
Yeah,
does it have
weird.
a name?
Weird.
Just
Weird.
Fucking freak. No, I'm just kidding.
Guys.
sorry. Whoa,
Okay, we don't yuck
what?
yums
Okay,
here, you guys. He's
alright.
kidding. He's kidding.
Yeah, he's kidding. It's all
Richard
joke.
is
It's all-
not a prude. Richard's just
Sure.
Rich is the
he's
biggest
just a
prude.
little shy. He's just a little shy.
Because
Rich is the
okay.
guy who likes to fuck with the lights off.
You know,
Well,
I
that's
had some
actually-
guy ask me to. He was like, "Hey, can I come over?" Like, yeah, sure. But can we have the lights off? I was like,
Dude, he wanted to Winnie the Pooh.
Why?
Huh?
He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just like comfortable like that." I'm like, "What about me? Shit, you coming over to my place? Why the fuck do you want the lights off? What you implying?"
This man is. You're a terrible host.
Well, I mean, it's like what you implying. You don't want to see. You don't want to see all this. Is this like not a thing for you?
Is
I'm
that-
confused.
You know, when I was younger, I was like, I get it. I was shy. Like I would like just keep the shirt on.
Oh, I mean, I pretty much do
But if
keep a
the-
shirt on for most part.
I
To
would
be
prefer
honest,
the lights off though.
I feel like that's when you're younger. Like I think I was
Yeah,
the same way. Where it's just body, you know. I don't feel like it's so much about. Well, maybe some narcissistic people, I guess, in a sense. But I think it's more like, oh, I'm kind of shy of my body. Maybe I just want to hide that. Like
Yeah.
at least that's how I was when I was young too.
yeah, I don't think I ever wanted the lights off.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think.
You're too busy sucking.
I mean,
I mean, okay. I was gonna say like with the full lights on too. I feel like that's also kind of weird.
I'm more of a visual person. That's why I think
Yeah,
like
I like visual.
I like seeing what's going on. I like seeing faces. I
What's
like
being
seeing
done.
what's happening, what I'm working with,
I get
stuff
that.
like that. I think it's also because I've done so much like nighttime shit, and especially in like tight spaces or whatever. Because I
Mhm.
think it's against the law to talk about like that kind of
Hypotheticals.
stuff. So hypothetically
Allegedly.
speaking and allegedly speaking, just car stuff's not that fun. Hypothetically speaking, you know?
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You'll die.
I've never done it before.
You'll die.
You'll die. Oh my god.
Don't do it standing up.
Mr. Sanchez, is this sex ed all over again?
No.
Holy shit. Well, Mr. Sanchez was my PE
Yeah.
teacher. So really cute, but also kind of a dick. I just thought about that recently
Did
too.
you have like that one teacher that actually like you became friends with, or no?
One kind of. He
One.
was my in ninth to 10th
No.
grade,
Two.
or ninth to 11th. We had a teacher, but then something happened where he was like realistically the only math teacher in the entire school. My school is very, very, very small. We had like in the graduating class like under 100 people or something like that, or at most 100. Like it was basically like a private magnet school, but for
Ah.
in like a low income area, so public school technically.
Hmm.
Like anyone can get in there, but once you got into the school, you had to keep a certain GPA to stay in it, and it was just like a C minus. It wasn't that big of a deal, and they didn't kick you out until the very, very end. They did that to a couple of kids. They were like, they prided themselves in their 100% graduation rate
Because they kicked everyone else out.
because they kicked out all the fuck
Wow.
ups before graduation happened. Yeah.
Fuck up.
Yeah. This is one of those when Obama was president. This was fucking Biden's magnet school helping the low income impoverished kids. That's what my school is. ISLC. I'm not gonna say the whole name. It's just way too long.
Yeah.
Google it.
Well, because I would
But,
assume,
yeah.
I would assume they would get. They're government funded. Yeah. right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So I'm assuming that they would get like more money for like the
Pro
higher.
bonos and shit.
See, that's the thing though. So we had like, we were able to take Japanese, Chinese, shit like that. They allowed us to go to Japan with the teachers and stuff like that. But when I started going there, they stopped doing that because it wasn't. I don't know. Something was going on. Like they weren't getting as much funding or something.
Yeah.
So then that's where there wasn't like another math teacher, something like that. So our homework teacher had to like, he just couldn't do it. So we were up in the air, and the only teacher that was available that can take us all of us together, if we weren't going to do that, we'd have to be split off into other classes that were already max capacity, and all these kids have been homerooms since 9th grade, and it would have been weird. So the computer teacher took us in. And the only reason why he did it is because that's where the funds stopped going to. The PCs kept getting viruses over and over and over and over again, and kids were just fucking them up because fuck kids and they're pieces of shits. And it was empty. It was like 4 rows of desks, like just computer desk, and we all just like sat around and we just fucked around for like an hour worth of time each day because each homeroom class was like 30 minutes, and we had it twice a day. So yeah, we had it in the morning and then at the end of the day. And Mr. Willie, he was awesome. He was really cool. He was like one of those teachers though that was in everybody's business, kids and teachers included.
Yeah.
So I remember when I came out, he like was one of the first people, and I think only people in my life that have like looked at me dead in my eye and was like, are you just doing it because it's a fad? I was
wow. Wow.
And then you said,
I think I did say something like, "You want to find out?" And he was like, "What?" I mean, obviously, I shouldn't be saying shit like that to a fucking teacher or like.
yeah, we were shitters.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I said something like that, and then he was like, "Blah blah blah," and then it was just like a discussion of like, because I had just freshly came out, maybe like the Friday or Thursday before, and then he said this on the Friday, the next day, or the next weekend, or the following weekend, kind of. A little bit, not too much. I was more of the talk of the time when other shit started coming out throughout the year, but yeah.
I feel like
that was the closest to like a friend teacher that I got.
Was he just like unfiltered, like one of those people without filter and just blankly said it kind of thing?
Yeah, it was really awkward because he got it. Like I said, he got into everybody's business. There was this girl who, I guess she like, you know how shit happens between people that are really good friends as like school years go, and then when something like that happens, like they get in a fight or whatever,
right?
And that's when it's like, oh shit, you hear about so and so and so and so. So something happened with her, I guess, and then the rumor was finally dying down, or something was being said. But then Willie heard a conversation and then chimed in with the other half of the rumor, or continued like with the gossip. So then it kind of got back around to the girl.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's why I was like you're cool, you're a cool teacher, and we appreciate that. But like at the end, at the root of it all, yeah, you are like a very old man, very old white man. You are a teacher too, so it's kind of like goofy. And that's what she said. She was like, it's just fucking weird. Like, you're a teacher. Like, you're cool. We appreciate what you're doing, but like, why are you even listening? Why are you even talking to rumor? Why are you even doing all that? Like, you're a teacher. And like, he felt like shit afterwards. But this is where it also got weird because he was like, you know what? Hit me. I was like,
What?
what the fuck? Yeah, he looked at her. He was like, punch me.
What?
I'm apologizing. You're not taking it. Just hit me. That'll make you feel better. And I was like, that's not gonna help.
That's weird.
Yeah, he was very much like, if I met Willie now and for some reason was in like induced to have so much like interaction with him or whatever, as much as I did, I'm pretty sure like hearing shit like that right now, like from just two grown people like having a discussion or some shit like that, I'd be like,
Okay.
hit
Yeah.
him. Shit. I might. If he was doing shit like that, I might slap him. I don't care.
Honestly.
But like as a teacher to a kid, it was like, I think you forget that she's like 17, 16, and you're like 55, 60. So like,
Like, I get trying to be cool with your teachers.
yeah,
Trying to be cool with your kids, but it's like, no.
like that's a little weird. It's a little not a little. I don't want to say a step too far because it wasn't like it was that bad, but it was still like,
Yeah. Like, there was no creepy stories coming out from him. It was just more like he's a little too friendly. Isn't rumors technically bullying?
depends on the
Gossip,
rumor.
like
Yeah.
making up
Gossip.
shit, but not really. I mean, well,
I mean, as a profession.
Well, that's what I'm
like as a,
oh,
Oh, like as a professional doing it, kinda. I mean, they always say you shouldn't like partake in it.
I don't think it's bull. It's
Yeah.
just unprofessional. Like
Yeah,
there has to be that gap between being the teacher and then being what's it called
student.
the friend with your students.
Right.
yeah.
I know this person, this streamer. She's a teacher. Like her main job is a teacher, but she started streaming recently, and a lot of people are giving her shit for it. And it's just like,
Why?
because she has like a bunch of her students come in and blah blah blah, and then that leads to her socials, and everyone's like, oh, she's taking sexy
Whatever.
photos, blah blah blah. I'm just like, bro,
whatever.
yeah. I was like,
No,
like-
that's more the parents.
I was like,
yeah,
I
no.
can see why some people would be mad in the sense of like, oh, you're kind of like blurring the line between what's okay with the student type of shit, but it's like it's not like she's like doing anything insanely fucking
Like the purpose of her
provocative
doing
or
this
anything like that,
isn't to like be a predator
Exactly.
towards these kids.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's just existing, and that's the thing. It's like, trust me, nowadays, even if your teacher, your kid's teacher, or your teacher isn't giving that information out, somebody's gonna find it.
yeah.
Somebody's gonna find
I
it.
was gonna say, yeah. I was like, it's
It's-
not like she's not promoting it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's and it's so easy
just
to
happen
find
to find
anybody nowadays on the internet. Like, somebody somewhere, someplace has to have some type of fucking digital footprint, unless of course,
Yeah.
rural areas or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like there's these big TikTokers who are like teachers for like preschool kids,
Yeah.
and I think one of them like she recently like in a lot of her TikToks now like she would do like innocent like dances and stuff with like her kids,
Mhm.
and they come out in it. But then like they lead to her obviously her socials, and then in her socials like she's not being prerogative or anything like that, like but she's just like dressed in like shorts, what's it called, like a crop top, and
Right.
it's like I think people tend to forget it's like that's still a person.
Yeah, people have
Like,
lives.
it's like I get it, like you don't want your kid to like cross that line of like, oh, my teacher's my friend type of thing,
Right.
but it's like she's not saying, hey, come watch me, hey, come do this. It's more like the kids are the ones being in it.
I
think-
kids being kids,
I think with that happening, then like my response would just be, if you're uncomfortable with your kids finding my socials, go on their socials and block me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
It's not my job to teach out of my job. It's not my fault to
Yeah.
it's not my job to parent your kids.
Yeah.
I'm
it's-
babysitting them for fucking. I see them more than you do
Hours.
at this point, but that's
Yeah.
not my job.
It's funny thinking
That's
about
not
it.
my
It's
job.
like because like when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid, like the thought of like seeing a teacher outside of school was just so fucking weird.
Really?
Well, yeah,
Oompa Loompa or
because,
some shit like that. I was
You
like,
know, at least when I was like younger, like when like elementary to like probably early middle school or something, like seeing a teacher outside of school, it was just like hey, you're not supposed to exist out here. Like,
aren't you like built into that place?
Yeah,
what
well,
you
you're-
doing out here?
or shouldn't you be asleep?
Where's your hall pass? Where's your world
Shouldn't it be
pass?
shouldn't it be grading papers?
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like nowadays, it's like this is the equivalent of that, but a lot more because you're essentially seeing a part of their personal home life too, and
Yeah.
Right. Instead of just seeing them, now you're like being like introduced to their personal life. It's
right.
like, oh shit.
And I
You,
think
you find out your teacher goes through a bad breakup because she posted it on her
oh
story.
no,
I fucking hate that piece of shit.
I knew kids that in high school that fucking got along with their students to that level where they were invested in their teachers' relationships and shit. Where they were like,
That's
"Oh, how is this
weird.
person like? How are they treating you?" Or like,
I
"Or how was your
always thought,
date?" Blah blah blah. And I was just like,
I
"Yeah,
feel like I
yeah.
feel like little things like that's okay. Like, teacher, miss, mister, what are your plans for the weekend? Oh, I have a date, or I have a date, whatever. Then it's like, oh, okay, cute. Then you're just, I don't know. Like, it's not like no harm, no foul to share some aspect of your personal life, but
yeah,
I think there's like a fine line that you're now dancing around, like, you know, too much information and just enough information.
right,
Just enough to still be like the cool teacher or whatever you're trying to be here, and then too much information can be given out, and then you're now crossing a professional line. So it's
right."
like,
I also,
be careful.
well, yeah, and then I also think about it like, if you get too friendly with your students, like, there does kind of have to be this level of respect slash,
Yeah.
I'm your boss type of thing level or relationship between the teacher and the student, where it's like if you get too friendly, they're not gonna take you serious anymore. Like, they're just gonna be like, oh, this is just my friend. I can get away with whatever I want, and
I think yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like it gets to that like some
that's
level.
how they. That's how it happened in Willie's class, because again he was a computer teacher for everybody that was like, I think 11th grade and up, or 10th grade and up, or something like
Mhm.
that. So all the kids, the younger kids especially, were disrespectful as shit, because us older kids were the people that he was talking to like nonchalantly the most.
Mhm.
So he would see how we would interact with him, so then the younger kids would do it, and I'd be the one that was like, you don't know him like that, the fuck. We're in his homeroom class, we've had him for a couple of years now, y'all just get in here, you need to calm the fuck down.
Mhm.
And he was even saying like some people would just like walk out of his classroom, like, and just wander around the campus. He got in trouble so many times for that he was like, you guys just have no respect for me. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, well, I mean,
I mean, hearing
yeah,
rumors
yeah.
about
I'm
kids
like, you
breaking up
reap
and
what
shit.
you reap what you sow. You know, you make the
True.
bed, you
Shit
sleep
where
in
you
it,
eat.
homie. Sorry, but
True.
damn.
The closest I came to
So
that was my band teacher, band kid. Um,
I feel like that's like part of your job as a
but
band kid, to be
well,
honest.
Yeah.
right, like what's it called? We would
Then your conductor.
uh, kind of. I guess that's would technically be the title, but whatever. It was called band director just because it was marching, not
Daddy.
symphony. Whatever. Hey, yo, chill. But
Uh-huh.
what's it called? He honestly he let us get away with so much. Like what's it called? You want to teach a class? Just go to his fucking thing, spend the whole fucking period in there. Honestly, I've seen some people spend like that not half of the whole day, if not the whole thing, just
Mm.
fucking staying in his classroom. um, what's it called? I remember my senior year. He would let me ditch my first period just to stay in there because I had him zero period.
Mm.
Um, and second period. So first period, I would just fucking leave, stay in there for like basically 3 hours, just doing nothing but like either playing piano or just messing around on something, and I'm just
Mm.
there chilling.
Who was your first period for you to just
Wood
like
shop.
ditch it?
It's not that
Oh,
bad, but at the same
No.
You skip that?
like,
Well, okay,
whatever.
so-
You just turn in the projects.
so
Whatever.
I didn't
Isn't that the point?
um
Do 'em
I did it the
there.
first semester because the first semester we had this teacher who had been there for years, and he was actually pretty chill, and he was actually like teaching, like honestly he did like what he did, and he did do a pretty good job of teaching you what to do, like woodworking or what's the shit called, drywall, all this shit. But then the second semester he retired, and they came this new guy who lasted like maybe a week, then another guy who lasted like maybe another week or something, and then they finally brought in this other dude who honestly didn't give a shit, and it was just kind of like, sit down, here's a sheet of paper, follow instructions, and
Mm,
what's it called? I was just like, man, I'm fucking bored, or like
right.
I don't feel like fucking staying
Yeah,
here.
fuck
So
this class.
yeah, so I just left. I passed the fucking class with a B, and I swear, last second semester, I went like maybe 4 times.
Nice.
But
No,
I was
easy
just like
class.
easy ass class. Like I'm just gonna be over here trying to do something productive at least, maybe if not just fucking take a nap.
I had a I had a few teachers. It was I remember our drama teacher was super cool, and she let people just skip class or show up.
Mhm.
Mm.
She was really sweet, and also, I mean, to keep in mind, like one of the students was, I think, her kid, like going into my senior year, no, my sophomore.
Mm.
So that's why we kind of got away with it, because we were all hanging out together. And then my leadership one was, she was cool too. People wouldn't ditch in her class, but a lot of people were swing by, say hi. Like, everybody was cool with her. Like, she was a teacher who, like, went to her grad nights, went to our proms, like, had a fucking blast.
Yeah, we
Like,
had teachers like that too.
Mhm.
she even, like, she would post like pictures on her like IG of like, oh, like I didn't get to have a prom, so like, I'm gonna have prom with my class. And like, she was there, and like, she would like be very she wouldn't like do anything weird, but she was very
I
respectful,
get,
hang
yeah.
out, like, you'd see her hanging out with the other teachers, other chaperones.
That's
um
yeah. I think.
then hmm?
Oh no,
Oh,
keep going.
then we had the computer teacher, because for some reason everyone's computer teacher is probably like the cool one. We used to play. He used to get mad because he was trying to teach us how to use Photoshop,
Mhm.
but we were too busy playing COD
Pieces
or
of shit.
Minecraft all together, dude. Like, you would see like 10 monitors straight up ahead, just kids playing Call of Duty or Minecraft.
That one kid that
Um,
fucking got a proxy and just on fucking
yeah, and just fucking virus
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then I think the funniest one and like the randomest one was our gym teacher.
Of course.
Was it Mr. Michaels? But he, funny enough, he was famous. I don't know how kids found out. I don't even think he ever talked about it until people found out. He came out in a LA Inc. episode.
Oh.
Uh, Kat Von D did his whole back.
Oh,
She tatted his entire back, and his shit said "Mr. Heat," and it's a giant volcano exploding onto
Oh
people.
no.
But it was just that. But he was this big fucking like burly like buff guy. I think I honestly think he competed. He never mentioned it, but he was built like he competed. He also was built like he looked like he was born and raised in Florida.
yeah. Was he fucking
But
buff? Was he nice, big, and buff?
he's the one who caught
Muscles glistening.
caught the two dudes giving each other a head, like,
Oh, good for him.
What?
inside like by the locker room.
Oh,
in
I
the
think I
gym.
remember you saying that. Oh.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but he was he was like the most like famous one, and they're like, because he came out in the episode. And I remember like when it like started circling around, everybody was like, yo, let me find the episode. And you see his ass just laying there, and they're blasting him.
Kind of want
I
to.
was like, that's
I want to
cool.
watch it just to know what he looks like. I'm curious.
I'll show you.
Same.
I also want to see the tattoo. Did it come out shitty or was it just actually like a
No,
decent?
it was good.
But like
I mean, Kat Von D did it, so it was good.
fucking over.
She's a good the tattoo artist.
Well, I'm saying I don't know, as in like back in every good tattoo artist can still fuck up. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
plus
no.
the
I mean,
design.
it came out on TV,
Hmm.
so it couldn't be bad
Ah,
unless you were on that
Ink
what's that?
Master, bro.
Yeah,
Dude, I used to watch the shit
Yeah.
out of that. That was so good.
Yeah.
It's just see like these fucking ugly ass tattoos. It's just like, oh, this dude really thought he brought heat. Or like,
Yeah.
I saw one where this, the chick misspelled Corinthians because it's like some biblical shit. The fucking hands all gross and like it looks
Ugh.
like it's broken going. It just looks like Chrissy from Stranger Things.
What show
Did you
was
see
it on?
Ink No, not Ink Master.
no, LA Inc.
LA Ink. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh,
There was a time. Did you see the shit that came out on Twitter where someone like drew Eddie from Stranger Things,
no.
and it looks like fucking ET doing the
No.
fucking the horn?
No. What?
It's so bad,
Aw.
dude.
Oh.
People were like, "Yo, this guy really thought he brought heat."
Wait, he drew it or he actually tattooed it?
No, he drew it, but people were like, "Yo, is
Aw.
this a tattoo? Like, are you tatting this?" on
Holy
somebody?"
shit.
Hmm?
Celebrity artist Kat Von D, makeup mogul, is facing new legal trouble in California. The 40-year-old is being sued for unpaid rent and damages to the rental property she transformed into her famed LA tattoo parlor, High Voltage Tattoo.
That's what
She may be forced to fork out tens of thousands of dollars. Although details remain scarce, TMZ reported that the property's landlord is suing Bondi for unpaid rent, claiming that she owes over $92,000 for remodeling fees and back rent. The back rent was from several months of 2020 and future rent that will come due in 2022. She's shutting down her tattoo parlor, so that's why she's like having to cut it early. So they're paying her for the rent that she would have been.
She also doesn't live in
contract
California anymore either.
Yeah, it literally right here it says goodbye California. That's like what the article it's sharing right now.
Yeah, she left California like I think before the pandemic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then like all her kids are like there's a big controversy behind it because all her kids like don't have shots, don't have anything. They're like all unvaccinated on everything. Like they don't have tuberculosis shots or anything.
Yikes.
So, but she was like, oh, like like she's like my kids are like full grown, real, like bred kids. I'm like,
well, girl, if you're gonna move them anywhere, that you're not gonna have to worry about shit like that because it's so out but fuck nowhere.
Yeah, I think she's like in Montana.
Indiana's perfect. No, she went to Indiana apparently.
They're
there
full
you go.
bred.
Yeah.
The full lifespan of a human, 20 years.
After much thought, we have decided we will permanently be moving to Indiana at the end of this year. I think this was posted this year or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, she. It was April 2022 when this article was published. So she's still going through it.
I wonder.
Oh,
I really wonder if she's still tattooing and if she just fell off like really bad or.
No.
Well, she had a lot of shit come out against her and
Yeah.
stuff like that throughout the year.
There was a lot of shit, and then I know like she went through her whole divorce thing, and there was like
Oh shit.
like she was like physically like abused by her husband or some shit. It was a lot, dude. That like she went through a lot.
Well,
it was a lot of shit.
Yeah. Well, hope she gets more stable, I guess.
Hope she pays her rent.
Yeah, I don't know. Damn, that sucks. Get your kids back. My standpoint.
True.
She has her kids.
That's what I'm saying.
No. He said get the kids vaxxed.
Yeah. I was thinking them back. I was like, I don't think
my
they
standpoint. Unless you want them.
I just heard vax. I was like, oh, vax.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Unless you want them to die from smallpox.
True.
Or chickenpox.
Okay. All right. I saw this other thing. Okay. Well, speaking of like diseases, so COVID still a thing, right? So I heard of this story. Apparently, there was this chick who is getting married, right? And she spent like, I think it was like 16 grand, if not more. I don't remember. Basically, it was a shit ton of money. Like, and the week, was it the week before? Or like a couple days before the wedding, she got COVID. So she reached out to insurance, and her insurance told her that they won't cover any of the any of the money that she put into the wedding. Basically saying it's not covered. So
wait. I'm sorry. One more time. What?
Man, get off.
No, I was scrolling, but like I'm listening, and it's like, wait, what happened? She's not getting what? You got to repeat that last.
She tried claiming an insurance claim on her getting COVID, and then due to the fact that she dumped a shit ton of money into her wedding.
Right.
So she made a claim to insurance because I'm guessing you can insure your wedding in case something goes wrong.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what surprised me. Like you can insure your wedding.
I mean, honestly, you could probably insure lots of things. But anyway, she got what's it called? She tried. They said no. So
I'm not surprised.
She's in this crossroad of do you keep going with the wedding or do you cut it? It's like if you go through
how
with
long is there a time frame to this? Like was it like 2 days before
something
the
like
day
that?
before?
I don't remember exactly how many days before. I'm assuming it was probably like 3 days before. It was enough to the point where she wouldn't be in the clear by the time it happened. So it's like, do you go through with the wedding or do you cut it and you just fucking lose 20 grand or whatever it is? It's like, on one hand, I'm like, the moral thing to do, right, is to say, okay, well, I just lost a shit ton of money. RIP, whoever my guests were, like, I think it was like 100 people or some shit. And it's just like, that's it. Oh, well. If the other side is realistically, I personally speaking, I think I would consider going through with it.
I would do it. Are you kidding me? All that money? Fuck no. All right, everybody, you're all going to be like 10, 12, 20 feet away from me we're gonna make this really big, no seating. Everybody's gonna stand. We're only doing the very ending of the vows. Do you want to take so and so as your bride, husband, whatever? Yes. Do you do? Yes. You make kiss
You
each
do?
other
Mhm.
in your bubble, in a box or something. Like that's what.
And that's it.
Like that's it. That's it. I would hope that she can still
Well,
cancel the reception at
No,
least.
I'm saying it's for everything.
Ooh, a
Like the
whole
reception,
thing?
the fucking
God, you know what?
ceremony.
I wouldn't even go to the reception. I just have it for my guests at that point. I don't know. Like that's
I would.
you're out cash.
Yeah.
Like you can't. You're
I
not
would-
getting it back. That shit better be used. That's how I see
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
Unless
Yeah,
unless
like,
you can
say fuck it.
unless you could say like, oh, so the money that I'm spending on these drinks because I'm whatever, can I get that all back in product? Like, oh, a bartender. Can you give me the
Oh.
bottles? Oh, catering. Okay, can you give me the food? Like whatever. Like, so can I get the items then? You know,
Yeah.
the things that made up the amount.
Well,
Can I get that?
aren't you technically paying for the service, not the items?
Both. I feel like you're paying for
Yeah,
both. So I would
both.
just say, can I get the
So-
amount? Like that's what I asked for. Can I just get whatever the item, the thing
Like,
itself is?
I'll pay you, drop it off, and go away.
Not even pay it. I would assume she's already paid for it.
Yeah,
That's why
it's already
That's
paid
the
for.
sole
Everything's
already
predicament,
paid
yeah.
So I thought about it too, and I heard this. It was like I think I would go through with it, but tell everybody in advance, like, hey, I have COVID, but I still want to go through with this because I spend a shit ton of money and I really don't want to be out,
Yeah.
30 grand or whatever. I just
Yeah.
want
Wait.
to, but I'm letting you a heads up in case you
Yeah.
don't want to show up, which is completely fair. You know,
Right.
like if you don't want
Yes.
to take that chance.
Yeah.
And then I started right now that you mentioned it too. I was like, you would it be fucked up to ask your guests, be like, hey, like, what's it called? If they not necessarily if they don't show up, but like if you decide to cancel, tell them like, hey, like I had to cancel, or like at least announce it and see if like maybe you could get a fundraiser started to get your shit back, like to make some money back,
Uh,
or is it like, hey, you got COVID, that's on you type of thing?
it's kind of like
Just depends how close people are. To you.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I would just be. I think didn't even pop in my head, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think if anything, I would just say, oh, we have this fund up just in case if anybody wants to, rather than like if you haven't gotten us any wedding gifts or whatever. Not that it's in like it's a
Implied
must.
or yeah.
Yeah, or what, or like a guarantee or whatever. I'm trying to think. It's not like it's
Mandatory. Yeah, yeah.
mandatory. Yeah. But if you want help out, that'd be cool. If not, totally understandable. We're just giving you guys a heads up. We're just
Mhm.
giving people options. So that's how I would do it. I wouldn't. That's not even like. Yeah, that wouldn't even be like my initial thought. That's
I'm
not
just
there.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about it. Like, what would I like? How could you
Help
possibly
mitigate the damage
Yes,
that's done to your
exactly.
fucking funds.
Uh-huh.
I would probably bite the bullet, do the whole reception. How Lee said, everybody stand, stay away. We do it. We cut it short because technically that's more for you because that's your ceremony. That's your one time to like shine, whatever.
Sure.
And then
Dude,
because
that
you already paid for the like the
sucks.
venue and the music and the DJ, the fucking drinks, the food.
Ugh.
Like, hey, you know what? You guys have fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bounce the fuck
Yeah,
out.
like literally, I think it's up.
Enjoy
I
it.
would just be there for an hour, 30 minutes at most, just to get the
No,
pictures in.
I probably wouldn't do that just because it's like I think it would cause too much controversy, and it'd just be like, yo, look, I paid for it. It's got to be used because you're not gonna get money back.
Right.
As much as it would hurt, I would rather lose out on the experience that it happened than lose out at the moment that I spent all this money and nothing happened. Like it just everyone kind of collected a free check.
Okay.
You know, it's like, yo, I paid it. Do your thing. Get to work. You guys enjoy it. I'm
So
out.
then
This is my wedding.
I also thought about it when what's it called? It was like this conversation would be completely different if it was 2 years ago. Before
yeah.
vaccines, before anything, because like at least these days with people who are vaxxed, at least, if they get COVID, it's not as bad as it could have been. It's like as bad as it was 2 years ago, where obviously you'll feel sick and icky and stuff, but at least the threat of what's it called, dying from it, or at least being hospitalized, is a lot lower than it was 2 years ago. So I was like, if this was 2 years ago and that happened to me, obviously I'd cancel. Like, there's no fucking way that I'm putting anybody else at risk or
Well,
spreading the disease even further like that.
I don't even think the venue would let you have it.
That's
Because
Yeah,
that
2
was
years
my
ago.
next question. Is I was like, are the venues and the receptionist letting it have it? Like, obviously she already announced that she has COVID to
I'm
them.
not sure.
Are they letting her have it? Because I know a lot of places, like even when my brother was gonna get married and stuff, when they were getting married and finding a receptionist, they were like, "Yo, you like obviously COVID can't be around, and only a max amount of people can be there." So like, do they restrict it or like?
Yeah,
I doubt they went into that detail, right?
I don't think that they did. But either way, I don't think that there's. I mean, obviously, it depends on the whoever owns the place, the venue.
Yeah.
But legally, I don't think
Like,
they don't have to, or that they
yeah,
have
yeah.
to stop them because
But I'm saying if
it
it was like
used to
2
be.
years
Yeah,
ago,
it used to be.
yeah.
Anything above a certain amount of people, and you can't even do that. So like, anything above 100 people, you can't do.
No mass gathering.
Right. So now it's just like, I don't know. Like, I still think personally, I would probably go through with it and say like that thing. Like, I just let everybody know, and be realistic and say like, I'm not about to lose out on this money, on how much money I fucking spent. But it's okay if you don't come.
You know what you
Dude.
do? You know what you do is you double down on what Richard said, and then you fucking create a whole waiver so people can't sue the fuck out of you. Even though they told me, I have it in writing that you're okay with being here and you're
Oh.
putting yourself at risk.
Yeah.
Because the people were doing that at
I
parties, and
think
family
Really?
members were suing family
I
members.
would have.
Yeah,
I think I would have just put in the text message like a heads up. It would have been like, also, if you do show up, you're acknowledging the fact that I do have COVID and you're okay with it. Like,
Hmm.
no harm, no foul. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
everything in writing, dude.
Yeah, some type of. I told them, and I told them what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
on them. It's all on them.
Because if technically you're signing, you're agreeing to it. Like word to mouth can disappear and play
Yeah.
too many different ways.
Yeah,
But
telephone.
as soon as
shit
it's
gets-
ink on paper
Mhm.
and it's there, it's like, yo, fuck you. Like, you signed this. If you get COVID, that's on you. Like, sorry, but I'm telling you now, and this exists now. So,
I
Yeah.
was gonna
So,
say,
yeah.
like, damn, like really thinking about it, fuck, I would be so upset. I would be beyond just everything mad
at yourself?
The whole
The
situation,
world, bro.
the entire existence of my life,
Mhm.
I would be fucking livid. I'd want to fuck something up. I
Yeah.
swear to God. Oh my God, I'd be mad, sad, like just
Throw
livid.
up, bro.
Yeah, I'd be sick. Oh my God, I'd be
Cry and throw
Yeah.
up?
dude, I'd be so overloaded with emotion. That'd be so fucked up. Like your wedding, most likely, like after seeing so many people after some amount of time because of COVID, like assuming, I mean, not even assuming it is during COVID or whatever.
Mhm.
People flying in.
Yeah, the fucking money that people spent, dude. And then my brain immediately went to, if I had gone COVID sooner or some shit. Oh God, no, you couldn't because you made these plans years and years in advance, shit, or a year, some however many.
Well,
however
okay,
much time.
maybe
I was
not.
gonna say, oh,
Uh-huh.
that could have gone to the honeymoon instead, and like fuck it, just quarantine in your fucking hotel
But
room.
then you wouldn't
Yeah.
even be able to go because
That's what I'm
the
saying.
just because the
qu-
yeah, your airport
Quarantine
wouldn't let
in
you
the
fly.
hotel room or something like that, or just push. I'm pretty sure the hotel room would be willing to try to work around your fucking stay, especially if you're just
No. What I'm
I
saying
wanna
is like
change the
flying
dates.
out to your like to whatever destination you're going to.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, let's say you fly out to, you have to take a test still to fly out.
Oh,
It's not
Well,
positive. You can't even.
if you're
fly.
not vaccinated.
if it's international.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually,
Mhm.
also international too, because I think they still require
So,
that the whole
That's
test,
true.
that
even if you're
sucks,
vaccinated.
dude. That's
Yeah,
But
I'd
yeah.
be
tough.
super upset. I'd be so upset. Fuck,
I get
that's
it.
fucked
You know,
up.
like it's just the sentimental part behind it. It's like all this like timing and
Bro, that
and
money,
put
bro.
into
The money. I'm
It's like,
saying that
fuck,
was
wait,
one thing,
Yeah,
but
man.
like
It's
realistically, like
I'm
okay,
assuming how much money did you say? How much money she was out?
it was like 20 to 40 grand, something like that.
I was gonna say like 30K, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's like what
Like
I
a
would
big-
imagine.
yeah.
Uh,
probably more. It's 100 people. That's a big fucking venue.
That's not that bad.
That's not
100
that
is
bad.
not that
At
bad.
least, okay, this is coming from also from like a Latino who like 100 is, at my house is like, okay, that's just a party. Like,
I think at most you probably have like 40 to 50. Because we had
It's still not a lot of people though.
we had
like,
about 50 to 60 for Jesse's wedding, and there was a shit ton of
I
people.
was,
100. You see the
I've
difference.
seen 100,
I-
right? I'm saying I've
That's what I'm
had
saying.
parties. Well, my family used to have parties where it was like 100 or and up, like legit, and those still feel relatively small. like when you go to like a quinceañera or something like that, that's when we start inviting extended family and fucking all these friends of friends of friends, and
Yeah.
I've seen like 300, 400 plus, and I'm just like, oh fuck, now this is a
Yeah, that's
fucking
what I'm
like
saying.
big party, and I
That's what
feel
I'm saying.
like,
But you look at the size of the venue, like.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's what I would imagine a fucking wedding to be like. She
Mm.
said 100 people or
Mo-
something like that were gonna be there.
Yeah.
most receptions for 100 people cost between $5,000 to $10,000,
Mhm.
with 7,000 being the average cost.
That's just for the venue,
And that-
though, or
And that
or is it
depends
the
on
whole
location.
reception?
That is for. Here's a general estimate of what you can expect to pay for the food, service /
Okay, so
staffing,
everything.
alcohol, rentals, and for the wedding of this size. So I guess
Yeah,
that would be like.
you said that's
30,000.
average.
Yeah,
Or is that
I
like
think that
minimum?
just varies.
Is this a total?
That varies in what state.
Yeah, I
well,
was
because,
thinking about that
well,
too.
because it's a $5,000 difference. They're just saying that the average kind of swings around 7,000, the
okay,
middle
yeah,
ground.
Yeah.
So it's 5 to 10,000, and then the middle ground seems to be 7,000. Food is about 3,500. Service and
okay.
staffing.
Either
is
way,
from
though, I'm
0
sure
to
it's your
2,500.
wedding. People, at least a lot of people spend a shit ton of money on it because it's like this
Yeah.
is my day or our day,
Our
whatever.
day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I'm just saying. Whole point, it's a shit ton of money. At least from where I am currently at in my life, I am not about to fucking lose out on that much money. So yeah, I don't know. It's
partying.
fucked up. It's fucked
Through
up.
sickness and through health, dude, with everybody else.
It's fucked up, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I would say I would go through with it.
The cumbias don't stop.
Cumbia,
I have a little
uh,
cough.
Pinche body, bro.
All that fucking money. That's upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Okay.
Speaking of weddings, just a little small like sidebar. I saw this. I've been watching this girl on TikTok.
I hate your ass
Ooh.
so fucking much.
What? Why?
Because you're the only one out of the three of us that's dating someone, and anytime you're like, oh, so speaking
No,
of weddings,
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
you're
It's just
gonna
like,
do that
oh,
right
no,
now?
the announcement.
It proclaims to some nerd shit.
I was like, dude, right now it's
This
a Thursday.
girl-
We're doing the fucking
this-
podcast.
this-
You're gonna announce it right now.
No, no, no.
I'm
Oh,
tired,
fuck no,
dude.
no.
You're not gonna get like super like, oh my god, you're gonna get shut up.
No.
Depending on the
This
Instagram
couple
post.
like they made this whole like Kingdom Hearts like themed wedding for themselves. Like they handcrafted everything. It was super cool because I was like, yo, I'm such a nerd for Kingdom Hearts, and it was nice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's dope.
Is that the bottle?
What?
Is that the whiskey?
What?
It's the whiskey bottle, right? Yeah, it is. I know a good whiskey when I see one.
What are you talking about, Baldy?
Huh, not both.
Yeah, this is the whiskey that Richard got me for my birthday. No, Christmas last year.
Yeah.
Last Christmas. Yeah.
Cheers.
Sun Tori
I'm
whiskey
not
Toki.
drinking, bro. No,
Oh,
I'm
cheers.
not drinking. I'm not drinking.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not drinking.
I already took a sip, so I'll just count that as that
This
one.
is water.
I want water, actually. That's why I'm drinking this, because I want water instead. But my body's
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
that-
alternative.
that-
Yeah,
that's all I have near me.
yeah.
It's
yeah,
either
dude.
this or sriracha sauce. You want me to down sriracha sauce?
I mean, either one's
mean,
gonna
yeah.
pull the fuck out of your throat, but okay.
Yeah, it feels so good though.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Is it good? I never
No.
tried it.
It's really
It's
good.
so smooth, dude.
I want it.
That's such a nice
I want it on, like, I think we have them still too. I hope so. My dad has like those whiskey ball big ball
Dice
ones. Like, yeah, the ones that are like in rubber. Like, you put the water in
Mhm.
the top end, and then it fills it up. And then when you open it, it's just like a perfect sphere.
Yeah.
The idea is you put it in a whiskey cup, put the sphere in, and then you just pour the whiskey over it, and then that's
I
whiskey
wa-
on the rocks.
I want
Ice-
one.
On the
ice
rocks.
whiskey.
I really just want to see one because, like, especially like the super clear ice, like
Oh
the one
yeah,
that's-
pretty.
yeah. I just want to see it and hold it, just being like, it took it because it takes a lot to actually fucking go through with it. Bro. Yes.
Dude, Richard would drop it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
as soon as he's
sure.
holding it, it would just fall.
True.
And it would just shatter. And it's like, there goes 3 hours of your day you'll never
Very
get back.
Three
true.
hours.
3 hours, and I can guarantee you, like, fucking, that's like your $100-something drink or some shit
Oh,
like that.
no.
Probably 6 because he's going to sleep through all of it.
What?
Fucking all that money on that whiskey you're spending, and now you gotta wait even longer for the fucking ice.
They plan in
That
advance.
long.
So anyway, Kingdom Hearts wedding.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
wedding.
It was cute. It was cool. Like, everything was Kingdom Hearts related, and I was nerding out. I was
That's
like,
That's cool.
goofy. Very cute. Goofy. Ah ha ha.
You're gross, dude.
I
Oh,
didn't even do
took
it
me a
on
second.
purpose. It's just
It took me a
happened.
second. That's
I'm
funny.
just naturally talented. Oh my
I
god.
hate you. Okay.
Can't even see my hair.
Anyway, what's it called?
Anyway.
I guess we could do it right now because I
Yeah,
feel like
because
it would be it towards the end. So
yeah,
to listeners, we're trying something that we might introduce regularly on here. Maybe not. We'll see.
semi-regular.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm sure everybody's heard of Reddit. If you haven't, weird. Anyway, it's just a place where like you can make threads, basically a place to discuss and shit. There's like a subreddit for everything. So there's this.
Or bi.
So we're going on to am I the asshole? Basically, it's just a bunch of people writing down a situation, wondering if they were in the wrong or the right, and they just want input
A
from
I
other people.
T.
So, I was looking through, and I found one that I think would be interesting for us to kind of talk about. So the general thing is that, or I'm sorry, not, gotta make sure. Son of a beast.
You guys see that Joe Biden got COVID again?
Yes.
I didn't know he got it again. I didn't know he had it in the first place, other than like what was today, like announced or
Yeah.
reported. It's like, oh,
I don't know,
okay.
dude. It's at least for me, it's not the biggest thing anymore.
I only mentioned it because my manager just texted me and he was like, "Hey, one of our employees got COVID." I was like, "In 2022?"
My nephew just got it recently, actually.
In 2022.
Hey, dude, listen.
Listen, it happens, you bastard.
It's so
Jesus Christ.
contagious,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
got
just
it.
not as
Shit.
deadly. At least if
In
you're vaccinated.
2022,
Listen,
dude.
I did what we were talking about. Like, oh, I'm sick. Should I still go to this family party that I like? All my family's going to. Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Yes.
I wasn't deadly sick.
Anyway, on to the thing, the post. So it says, "Am I the asshole for forcing, quote unquote, my girlfriend to miss a really important interview and telling her she has no one to blame but herself?" Okay, I'm not reading that first line because that shit's cringy. Anyway, context.
You have to. You have to.
Do
No, you
I?
have to. You
All
have
right.
to. It's the
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing.
context.
The whole thing. The whole thing.
I mean,
Bullshit.
quandary can help with. I need your wise and sage advice on whether I am indeed an asshole or a hapless scapegoat. That was not a good
It's
nerd
a
voice.
savage. You said sage.
I said
That's-
scapegoat.
That's what he says in the post. He
Yeah.
says sage. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
he
thought-
said, "I need your wise and sage advice."
Yeah. The man himself, the poster, the OP,
OP. Original
OP.
poster.
Original poster.
Context. My girlfriend and I have been together for 5 years now. She has never had a car, never learned to drive, and resists or just doesn't care to even try to get a permit or learn. But she's perfectly okay with me driving her places she needs to be. Overall, it's not a big deal, but she does sometimes not understand that driving is work and stressful. I've made it clear I'd be happy to teach her, pay for classes, lend the car for the test, and put her on insurance, but she refuses. I'm also a super safe driver, so I made it clear many times that I'm not a chauffeur and that I'm not always available just because I'm around and not working to drive her places. Anyways, to recently. She has an important interview for a job she really wants, and it was a good 30 to 45-minute drive in traffic during that time of day, which she'd be taking public transportation, probably same amount of time on the train. Long story short, I tried to get her up and remind her she needs to catch her train to the interview. She must have slept through the alarm, but she came rushing out, expecting me to drive her in the morning rush hour traffic to the interview. I straight up said no, isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
That'll what the fuck does that say? That she'll just need to make up something and reschedule it. She of course got super pissed, but I wasn't leaving the house. It was my first day off after a long week. I already cracked a beer and was playing my games and eating. I was not going to drop all that because she chose not to get up on time. I told her as much and said I gave you plenty of opportunity to learn and drive. I'd happily give you the keys if you had a license, so you have no one but yourself to blame. She exploded. Unfortunately for her, the interview was not happy and didn't reschedule. I'm getting a lot of shit from her friends and her parents, but I'm not sure I'm really the asshole here.
Girlfriend, 5 years, doesn't.
Who wants to tackle it?
Um,
I have my opinion.
Go.
already.
I'm not.
Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, I think he is an asshole because you chose to be in that relationship for that long, and if you understand that this person maybe is or can be irresponsible in many ways in the adult world, then you put yourself in that situation. You gave the opportunity, and you're also what's that called when
Compliant
you're yeah to no like
accessory
yeah, you're an accessory
to her decision, not like getting a
yeah, to not wanting to
license.
drive. Now,
Yeah,
okay, and I am
enabling
gonna
her behavior, basically.
yeah,
Okay,
and I'm
yeah,
not gonna defend. I'm not gonna defend that because yes and no. There's a lot of background to it, and there's not a lot of explanation of why she doesn't want to drive.
Mhm.
It could be it could go two routes. Either she's a lazy piece of shit and doesn't want to get like do all that, or in the unfortunate state like my mom, she's traumatized from either a car accident or something, and that entitled her to not want to drive. Although my mom's gotten slowly out of the habit of like, okay, I need to do this for me more than anything. And I mean, she's a lot older, but she still wants to learn. So the learning disability or ability to do it is there, you know. But yeah, I think you are an asshole because you you've been with this person for so long. You've kind of made it your responsibility to drive this person back and forth, even if work is stressful and you're tired, whatever. You're still in that relationship, and from what it sounds like, they live together.
Mhm.
So not only did you enable it, you brought it into your household. And for him saying, "Oh, I cracked the beer open and now I'm playing video games," it's like you're just kind of being more of an asshole because that's just you saying, "I don't give a fuck, like whatever." You're content with life, and you're okay with her missing it. You shouldn't have the right to complain about, "Oh, I'm tired from work, I work so much," because this could have been either a breakthrough for more money income or a downfall, and now you're stuck driving her even further because she's driving that part. Now, to his defense, how did she get to work? Why is she applying so far away? And she obviously doesn't have any concern or cares about like anything behind it unless she's paying for gas and she's paying for a lot of shit. Then there's a lot of in between it. But I 100% say yeah, he is an asshole for that.
Okay, fair, fair, fair. Do you have anything?
Uh, yeah. Yeah, I was looking because I was listening to what Steve was saying, and I'm like pretty much on the fence. Like I can go either, like I can totally argue for either side, but I'm now leaning more towards not the asshole because bitch Uber, bitch Lyft.
Yeah.
You have there's so many options. Like the amount of time, like the alarm went off, you're freaking out. You got to get ready. Call an Uber. 10 minutes. It'll take you 10 minutes to rush your ass to get ready. Guaranteed. At minimum. I can't imagine somebody getting ready for an interview in 5 minutes. I would need 10 minutes to get ready for an interview. And
At least 15.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do all the shit that she might need to do, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he's the asshole really. I think he's the asshole to a certain regard, to a certain point, for allowing the behavior to continue in the relationship. Like, again, just saying allowing the behavior, like as if she's a fucking child. I mean,
yeah.
listen, if you're not driving, and did he say how old she is? Is there
No.
an age?
No, there's no context.
But they've been dating
behind
for
their
5
age.
years.
5 years.
And
Yeah,
She has to be at minimum like 25, right?
yeah,
they're probably in
that's
their
what I'm
mid
thinking.
20s.
Like the most, the highest, because there's
No way you're younger and living together.
bro. I can't, like, just hearing the initial, like, oh yeah, I've tried to convince her time and time and time again. I'm like, you're not doing a good enough job of it, apparently, if she's not already driving on her fucking own or some shit. Like,
Or lifting and Ubering everywhere.
like that's where I'm like, okay, you're the asshole for not putting down your fucking foot and saying, no, I'm not going to do this. You are her boyfriend, not her chauffeur. Yes, you could do a favor for her because you're with this person, whatever. But at some point, you are your own person. You know, you are going to want to do your own things. Certain things might collide or whatever. But also, like, I say not the asshole, especially because it was like, oh, okay, yeah, you could have woken her up, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, if you guys had already talked about you're taking the bus, you're taking the train, discussed it, whatever, he has been drinking. At this point, I'm assuming from how it was worded, he was gaming and drinking already, and she came down and was like, "You didn't wake me, take me now," and he was like, "Fuck no, that's your fault."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's been drinking and he's gonna have to rush. So it's like, I mean, of course, a beer is just a beer, but you know, it is against the law and stuff like that. So it's like he shouldn't. He wasn't gonna drive her in the first place. And I don't know. I feel like this guy wouldn't really be one of those people that might like drink and drive and also rush
Yeah,
too.
God, I
this
hope not.
really quick. Don't drink and drive. Just
Yeah, of
throwing
course,
that out
don't
there.
do that.
Even
like at
even
all.
if it's just a beer.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he's already been drinking,
Right.
not the asshole. Automatically, when she
Mhm.
came down and saw that he was drinking, she should have been like, "Fuck, all right, give me money for an Uber at least, some shit like that."
Mm.
Yeah.
Like,
Sense of responsibility.
bro,
for,
there's options. Like, okay, you fucked up, and so did he, but you got to own up to your own fuck up
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
he clearly doesn't think he did. So,
I feel like okay, so
shit.
there's the driving thing. Is like it depends on why she doesn't want to. Because coming from also my mom doesn't drive because again she like Steve similarly she gets really fucking anxious and
That's my mom.
she just doesn't she's never gotten
Past that.
comfortable with driving whatsoever because she just has like panic attacks essentially. So if she has a valid reason like that as to like hey like no matter how hard if she's actually put in effort or not or whatever um and she just can't for whatever reason, I understand her not wanting to learn anymore. But like as far as like in this standalone situation where it's like he didn't drive her even though she's the one that came up with, I guess they both did, but they talked about it, having the plan of her getting up and going to the train, and
Right.
that's the plan, and she slept through it, like, especially for
That's a
supposedly,
life lesson too, homie.
especially
right
for
there.
what's supposed to
Yeah.
be like a big interview where
Yeah.
what's it called? It's far and you have to be there, you know, to be on time for the train and for the interview. Like that's something that you have to be really fucking on top of.
Yeah.
And so
Self-conscious about. Yeah.
so it's like alarm after alarm after alarm. At least me personally, like I don't even think I'd be able to sleep well because
Hell no.
subconsciously, like my
Bro,
subconscious is like that.
My ass is awake 2 hours before I have to leave.
Right.
And I leave an hour before the interview just in case. Always.
Yeah.
I always did shit like that.
Right.
So like I'm fully dressed with an hour before I have to leave my house and I'm just like,
Right.
the fuck? am I
Like,
gonna do?
like for something this huge, like my subconscious wouldn't let me fucking sleep. I'd probably be waking up every hour or some shit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late. But yeah, I like as soon as they said, okay, it's their fault, they didn't get up for it, and then they expected me to bail them out. I'm like, that's no. It's like I understand if it was like maybe like 10 minutes, if that. Then you bring up the drinking aspect. It's like, yeah, like my dude was like under the impression that okay, everything is handled. She's gonna be fine, type of thing. I'm gonna start fucking doing my thing, drinking.
Have my day off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is like completely fucking
fair.
fair, right?
Yeah.
And then also staying in the relationship, enabling that stuff. It's just more along the lines of like, after some time, humans are fucking creatures of habit. So
Yeah, that's true.
if she's already gotten into this habit, or I guess into this schedule type of thing, where he's the one that drives, and
the dynamic.
yeah, the dynamic is there where he's driving, and it's okay if she doesn't because at least in her head she thought that
That's
is
just the way it works.
yeah. And also that a situation wouldn't arise like this, which big, like you said, big life lesson. Shit happens, and you're
Yeah.
gonna have to be somewhat prepared for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also that fucking Uber shit. I'm like, yeah, you could have literally just fucking Ubered. Why? What? I understand if it's
Yeah.
expensive, but I'm like, you know what? Like,
My-
if it's if it's that big of a thing, you spending money.
Yeah, I literally would have been like, I'm gonna take an Uber. I fucked up. I'm late, but can you pick me up?
Yeah. At least
At the bare minimum. Like, I know you're having a drink right now, but stop drinking. Just keep playing your games, and I'll let you know when I'm out of my interview, and I'll just chill at the place or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
Also, I just want to tackle one weird thing. Why did he mention that he's a safe driver?
I think it's to like,
Brownie points?
I don't know.
Brownie
I gotta-
points.
I gotta see how it was fucking posted. And,
'Cause it literally says keep I am a safe driver, and it's like, okay, that's cool, dude. What does that have to do with anything? I'm a
I'm
terrible driver.
I'm also a super safe driver, so I made it clear many times that I'm not a chauffeur. That I'm not. I guess so that
Oh, I guess that entails with the
Oh,
drinking
what the
thing. It's
fuck?
like,
the
oh, like
drinking.
I'm a safe driver, so I'm not gonna drink or drive or deal
I'm
with the
thinking
I
more.
don't know how you guys can see it. It says that, sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of Am I the Asshole?
Oh, I still have it up. Weird.
I can't even look at it. It's not there anymore.
Shit. Okay, well,
Gnarly. It's funny.
I need to screenshot this before it
Yeah.
goes away. Anyway, I think the safe driving thing also has to do with like the fact that they were late and he doesn't want to speed through fucking downtown
Yeah,
traffic.
he's gonna go slow anyways.
Yeah.
So
I like how you said downtown traffic, like it's an
Well,
LA.
he said downtown, didn't he?
he said rush hour. He said rush hour, I think.
Okay, well,
You just assume
literally,
LA?
bro. Come on.
I mean,
like,
rush hour's bad though.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
anywhere.
putting it into
Anywhere.
our
You
shoes,
just gotta
too.
assume that it's like double the time that it usually takes, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm putting it into our shoes too. It's like realistically, if somebody told you, "Hey, I have to be there in 30 minutes. Can you drive me to downtown?" It's like,
No, yeah. it's
fuck,
not gonna
that's a big fucking ask. And honestly,
That's like, hey, you're gonna be late regardless if you take an Uber or not, so you might as well take your
it's
Uber
like,
and go.
well, that, and then also it's like, hey, I know you're relaxing. I want you to take me to this super stressful situation where you're basically in charge of your life and my
Yeah.
life. And it's just like,
That's what I'm
fuck.
saying. Yeah, it's like it's inconsiderate in her part because it's like now you're just
Yeah,
you framed him to look like the bad guy because you missed out on an interview that you fell asleep through.
yeah.
That's your fault. It's like he shouldn't have to. He's not a parent. He's a
Yeah.
partner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest background of it. It's like I still stand like, yeah, I guess it's a double sided. No matter what way you go, it's a sharp end
Mhm.
because it's like you're an asshole for this, but you're also not an asshole for that.
As-
And it's like it just falls under like the impression of like when you're with somebody, like you're not supposed to be a parent. You're supposed to be a partner and
Did-
see things equally
Right.
and work things equally.
Did-
So yeah.
Did he? It says in the comments that he posted somewhere. I can't look at it now.
Uh-huh.
That he posted that he did try to wake her up.
It says,
Okay,
Then not the
he did
asshole.
it. He
Not
He
the
did his
asshole
due
whatsoever. Yeah,
diligence,
he
yeah.
tried. He tried.
Yeah. So it's just
Oh,
her
you should have
being
just taken
consider-
her. I was drinking.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I'm good.
It's like I try waking you up. Cool, you're not gonna wake up. All right,
So
well then I'm just
it-
gonna I'm gonna do my
yeah,
thing.
it says, long
Yeah.
story short, I tried to get her up and remind her she needs to catch her train to the interview. She must have slept through alarm, but she came rushing out expecting me to drive her in the morning rush hour traffic to the interview.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
just her fault.
No.
She was living a luxury that finally bit her
Yeah,
in the ass.
that's what somebody else
what it
said in the
is.
comments was, if anything, OP's girlfriend slept through it on purpose because she knew or thought that he was gonna take her in the end.
Yeah.
Because that's what she's
Yeah.
used to. It's like, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she didn't take
Yeah.
the alarm clock or anything like that
Probably-
serious
yeah.
or whatever. Because she was just
See,
like,
with that being said,
get the
dude,
ride
no,
anyways.
he's not an asshole. Fuck
I don't
you.
think he's an asshole at all.
No, yeah.
know.
Now with that added into it, yeah.
I think it was
No.
just basically like, what's it called? She woke up more or less, and then she was just like, I'm still tired. I'm just
Probably took her
like,
sweet time.
he'll just take me anyway. And then,
Yeah, some shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know about the waking up part. I'm like, that can mean a lot of different things. There's the whole like, shaking, like, hey, like wake up. But then there's also just I'm assuming they sleep together, where he just gets out of bed and he's like, hey, like don't forget, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I
and then
think-
just walks away.
I think in general, saying that she most likely slept through the alarms because it's implying that the alarms most likely have already gone off, and now
He
he's
probably
trying
heard
to,
them too.
and now he's trying to help her wake up. I'm any type of, hey, wake up, you're gonna miss your train. Anything at all, for me at least, it's like, okay, you tried technically.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. It's
that
like, you shouldn't
that
be mad.
person already slept through their own attempts, and now you're going out of your way to try also. I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, also, I'm pretty sure it's different when it comes to people that are in relationships and at the point where they're living with each other.
right.
But at that point too, there's no way in fucking hell on this planet, in this universe, that you're gonna have me fucking with someone that's like, oh, I don't have a license, period, because I just don't want to drive, period. It's like,
Yeah.
what if an emergency happens? Like, I don't like
Who am
driving.
I supposed to call?
Driving gives me anxiety, but thank God I had my license when I had to drive my dad to the hospital because there was nobody else in the car but my ass and him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that story.
Bro,
Jesus.
Yeah.
you better have a license. You better. Or a learner's permit or something.
learn how to fucking drive right then and there.
Yeah, or some shit. You better tell me. I better have some weird background story of how you don't have a license because it's just too much work, but you know how to drive and somehow have proved it to me. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
like you're a grown ass adult. Pretty sure you'll be the one that gets in trouble if we get pulled over, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't know.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a big
yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big consensus. Not the
Yeah.
asshole.
Love the
Yay.
asshole.
No.
What? But is an asshole for not for like for the different aspect of like not even like just putting up with something like that for so long. Like you should have said something. Or
Maybe not.
this,
Yeah.
it should. I don't know.
Maybe not an asshole, but just stupid.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just very kind of like, hey, yo, you should have taken care of this forever ago. You know.
And
Remember,
also,
kids, you choose to pick your poison.
Yeah.
I understand like having anxieties and not wanting to drive, but especially for like, older folks. We're young as shit. You're telling me someone my age has anxiety with driving. I mean, I understand, but to the point where
Yeah.
you don't have a license?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, you could go on an early like this is okay. This is reaching more towards like a psychological thing because as a little kid, like you can go through like a traumatic car accident or something, or watch or know of an accident that occurred and it affected your family or whatever, and because of that, you won't drive anymore. But it's like yeah, like that's tapping into a whole different
Yeah. See,
conversation.
so if that were the case though, in this thing, I feel like she would have told him.
Yeah, this would be way
Like,
more understanding, and then he would be
Oh,
the
yeah.
asshole for sure.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, for sure.
like,
yeah.
because there's
now-
that context
like-
of trauma. you
Yeah.
know? So
Then that's like I said, that's perfectly understandable. But in this case, I'm again, it just seems like, oh, it's fine. I don't need to. He drives me
he
everywhere.
does it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's lazy and was living a luxury, and now it bit her.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude is basically dating
Her
a kid.
friends and parents are mad at me. Well, they fucking apparently they're also at fault.
They're okay with it. Yeah,
they're the
they're
assholes
assholes
Yeah,
for sure. They're the
I-
ones that fucking let her behave this way. Or just,
It's like the fact that
oh,
you're
no.
blaming him for her mistakes.
My
like,
mom would have given me shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, you're stupid.
dad
you're
was
Yeah.
stupid.
My dad would have been fucking pissed at
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, my parents would have been livid off of that.
Oh my
it's like,
god, dude.
you know?
Fucking my mom and everybody on my family, to be honest. I think.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
I would have heard it from everybody.
Why didn't you go? I slept through it and so didn't want to take. Okay, so what?
why'd you fucking
Like, I
sleep
told-
through?
Dude,
Yeah.
I told myself, God forbid this ever happens, but the day I get fired for being late, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, dude, my job's pieces of shit for this. It's like, no, dude, this is my fault. Like, I'm the one who showed up late. Of course
Yeah,
it's
when
gonna
I
be
was
a
like,
fireman.
when I was like up for GameStop, I was like, yeah, no, I fucked up.
yeah,
That's on me.
I think it all.
allegedly.
Yeah.
allegedly.
What? No.
No.
Oh, you're in your case, sure. I think it all just depends too. If you know you're fucking up and you just like, and you still get pissed off that they fired you or whatever, you just come on, bro. Like you gotta be honest.
You're
with
just
yourself.
an asshole.
Yeah,
in-
you gotta
in
be
general.
honest with yourself. Like, yeah, I fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fucked up.
Oh, I fucked up.
Oh shit.
Dude, the amount of times Richard and I are late.
Hey, shut
oh
up.
my God,
Bro, I remember one time I was fucking like 30 minutes late to Target.
and it was like the scariest fucking
So
thing.
Jess called me and our old manager, team lead, whatever. She called me and she's like, "Hey, where are you?" I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "You're 30 minutes late, or like you were supposed to be here already." I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
my god.
fuck!" And I just fucking
Yeah.
like rushed it, and luckily I was fine, but yeah, she's just like, "Yeah, don't fucking let it happen again, because I can't
Yeah,
like
dude.
keep covering for your ass." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
Dude, same thing happened to me, but I had to open the store. I had
Dude,
to
that
open.
happened to me.
I had to open the whole ass store, and I got a phone call from my manager of all people, and he was
Fuck.
like, "Hey, Lee," I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" He's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "At home." He's
Where
like,
I'm supposed to be.
"You know, you have work today, right?" I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "You're supposed to open the store today." I was like, "Huh?" What? He's like, yeah, it's just get down here. I was like, okay. So like, I think I brushed my teeth. I like scrub mouth. Not even think I mouthwash. I just got a water bottle, like put on some jeans and a flannel, and then just bolted. I got to the store and I was like, well, I'm here. I'm sorry. And luckily, my store manager lives like around the corner from my store at the time. So it was like but the fucked up part was the only reason why we found out or knew that I wasn't even like, I hadn't opened the store was because the district manager, like, I guess in the mornings, like a fucking psychopath, monitors the income for each store in the morning. Like, I guess has like I'm assuming
chart, like,
a chart, and it's just like store 1, 2, 3,
An
4,
Excel
5,
sheet,
Lee store. I would assume it's just 0, and it's 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. and he's like, "What the fuck?" we're $1 million store and customers are just nonstop coming in too. So he was like, "Oh no, what is this?"
Oh no.
Hey, you guys open today?
And I think it happened twice. Once with my manager, then once with my coworker Carlos. But luckily, he was supposed to come in an hour before the shift started, or 30 minutes, because it was supposed to be something was supposed to happen that day,
Like an
in the
event
morning.
type of thing.
I think it was a shipment, and we needed 2 people in the morning rather than just one, and then the other one show up later in the shift.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, luckily he was there, so he was able to open the store. And there wasn't any customers in the very morning, so he was able to like open it up properly and stuff like that.
Running in the background.
I did too. I was like, the
Doge.
He's up to something because he ran out.
I remember.
Probably the bark at somebody.
I remember another time I was also fucking late. I was in the opening shift. It was Michael that was manager or like I guess running lead.
Dude, like I had a boner for Richard.
For context, yeah, he really liked me. I didn't
And he
like
hated
him
me.
because he was just an asshole to like everybody else, and occasionally sometimes me. But anyway,
100% me.
I was supposed to go in at 8 or something like that, and I had woke up right when my shift was supposed to start, and I was like, "Fuck!" and I fucking booked it, and I was like 20 minutes late, and he was there, and as I was clocking in, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? Why you late?" And I was just like, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I stayed up watching season 2 of Stranger Things and binged the whole thing. It's, what's it called? I got like maybe 2 hours of sleep, and he's just like, understandable. It's fine. I'm like, okay, cool.
What the fuck?
I'm like, I don't, I don't care. Like, there's a one time, like one of the few times that what's it called? His
Honesty
like
pulled through.
him liking me was like a good thing. So I was just like, all right, cool. I don't care.
What a fucking nerd.
He was
No,
the
only
biggest
time I-
fucking nerd, dude.
The only time I ever got shit like that, which was really cool though, I really appreciate. Thank you, Joel. You fucking stud. He's so hot now. My first manager at GameStop. He would give me like the games would launch Tuesday, and he'd give me the Wednesday off, like the next day. For like the shift. It was also kind of like a jip thing because it was like you jip me out of an easy shift, because when like middle of the week shifts are like the dumbest. Like there's nobody's doing shit. People are already spent their money. People are like saving their money for the weekend or some shit like that by Wednesday. Ain't nobody spending cash. So nobody's really popping in the store.
Right.
But it was really nice because I remember Witcher came out and I was like, do I have to work the next day? He was like, no, you have it off. I was like, huh? God, thank you. I was very happy.
Nice.
Yeah, bosses, man.
Fuck.
Nerds.
All right. Anything else to add?
Yeah, don't show up late to work. Dude.
Yeah.
Trying to
Be responsible. You are responsible for your shifts.
Be an adult when adult things need to be taken care of.
And take responsibility if you're not adulting the
I'm
right
also
way.
telling this to myself because I definitely need this advice. But
Yeah,
anyway,
same.
you guys.
I'll probably wake up late tomorrow.
You guys should listen to "Angry Woman" by Ash, Ashe. I like that song a lot.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I'm bringing it up is because Billie Eilish's songs. I was gonna say last second I heard them today.
Have you heard the 2
They're
new
pretty
ones?
cute.
No.
Yeah, the most recent ones, the guitar
she
ones.
Just dropped them.
I like them. They're cute.
I listened to it and I was like, I can't listen to this. I'm gonna get sad. I'm
No,
going to
that's
the
what
gym.
happened. That's what happened at the very end of it. I was like, oh no. And then the next song that autoplayed, Joji, I was like, oh no. I'm like thinking I have to do a podcast later today. I'm gonna be sad as shit. No.
Hey,
That's it.
listen to
That's so
Mango by Kamau, Kmauu, featuring
Jesus.
Addy Otis. Oh no,
Adios.
Oasis. My bad. Good song. Anyway,
Nice.
with that, we're out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you wanna give it a, if you liked us rambling off for an hour or whatever the fuck this, how long this was, go ahead and please give it a like. Subscribe if you're not. And leave a comment. Let us know if there's anything specific that you guys want us to talk about. With that, we are out of here. You can reach us at any of our socials in the description down below. I did get a little bit of feedback, basically saying that I should leave timestamps or something. If anything, if I can't figure it out on how to do it on the actual video where it's like sections, I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
No, I know what
You
you're talking
select-
about, but
you-
I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
that's-
we're
yeah.
like all over the place.
Right. So
I'm like thinking about that one that we did with like
yeah.
we jumped from like I forgot whatever the fuck the topic was, and then we ended up in space. So
Okay, But
Oh shit.
Last
it's
episode.
there more or less. Anyway, what's it called?
He'll try.
I will try to
If
leave
plausible.
timestamps. If not, I will definitely work on it for the next video. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Stay safe, and I'll catch you next week. Later.